Hi, my name's Diane. You're currently watching the Just Kidding Around show. Thank you so much for joining us. Each week we bring in community members to teach us crafts or hobbies. And this week we have one of our youngest community members. His name's Zach. Hi, Zach.
Hi.
You want to look in the camera and say hi to somebody?
Yeah, I'd like to say hi to my mom, my sister, my dad, and my grandma and grandpa.
Very good. And I'm going to say hi to all the kids at Liddy Hawk and South Bay. And when I said he's one of our youngest members, usually I have adults on the show. However, Zach has a talent that he does as well or better than an adult. So I'm excited for you to show that off. And we are going to invite our home viewers to tape this show. It's legal. You can tape it and then possibly buy your supplies and then rewatch it after you have the supplies. Are they going to need a lot of supplies, Zach?
No, you'll actually just need the Loom kit, and it comes with everything you'll need, and just buy some yarn and you can loom a hat.
Okay, so this is called a loom. See, I thought it was a crown. I thought it was something you wear like this, but it's not. Okay, so this is a loom. This is not what I would picture to be a loom. Like this, is that better, like that? The cameras are looking at that better, maybe. So I would think a loom, I always think of a loom as sort of usually square or wood. I've just never seen a round one like this, and so colorful too. So beautiful. And they come in kits, you said?
Kits.
And how many in a kit, probably?
They actually have all different sizes. So like this would be the smallest, and then this makes baby hats, and then this makes like your average like second grader to lower hats, and then this is your adult style hats. And I have these set up in steps. So this I'm going to teach you how to start on, and then this is going to be, if you look up there, you see the thickness on the bottom. I'm going to teach you how to flip it. We call it flipping it. And then I'm going to teach you how to make it like that. And then this over here, I'm going to teach you how to finish it.
All right. So just a minute. You made reference to this tree right here that shows some of the larger looms. You didn't say anything about the largest loom, by the way. It was this size, I think.
Yes.
Oh, good. They had the tree on camera. So did you want to talk or address these hats by color? Because the camera's on them right now. Which one were you talking about?
I was talking about anyone, actually.
All of those?
Yeah.
They're different sizes and different thicknesses, right? Mm-hmm. So the thickness is determined by the yarn or by the loom?
Yes.
Yes, that was a question, Zach. So both, is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay. So because some of those hats are thicker than others.
Yeah.
So, and you made all those hats, right?
Yep.
And I can see you used a variety of colors.
Mm-hmm.
You're not hung up on just making blue hats or something like that.
No.
All right. Do you ever sell your hats?
No. Well, once in a while, but they're usually gifts for like teachers and family. I actually made hats for all of my cousins, and they're usually gifts for teachers, and I made some for Economy Day, my 4th grade Economy Day, and we ended up winning Economy Day for the most sold tickets. Oh. And all the 4th grade teachers said that they've never had a kid put so much work into it. So
cool.
They made me bump my prices.
So Economy Day is something they have at South Bay in 4th grade when the kids have different small businesses, and they actually sell, don't you sell stocks and things like that for your businesses?
Well,
but you sell things.
It's not like businesses. You just have to like craft something, a variety of something, and I did 5 hats. I sold them for 15 tickets each, and we won.
Oh, good, very good. So in your life, about how many hats have you made?
Probably over 50.
Over 50. And how old were you when you started?
I was about 7 or 8.
About 7 or 8. And I'm assuming the hats you make now are better than your original ones?
Well, if you look at the, it's like kind of hard to see from here, but the blue and white one, that was one of the first ones.
Oh,
and
good.
I did it with one strand of yarn like I did here, and then it quickly, well, I guess, like changed into doing 2 strands of yarn, and then that I've always done 2 strands of yarn like up there.
So I'm glad they saved one of your originals. Now, let's get started.
Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to start this, and then this will become yours to work on.
Okay.
So you have to tie this onto here.
And there's a knob, in case the viewers can't see that.
Yes,
There's a knob that extends from the rim of the...
Yes. So you wrap this yarn around. Oops. And then, thank you. And then you pull this strand right here. You cross it and pull this through and then tighten it.
Does it matter what knot you use?
What?
Does it matter what kind of knot you use?
Yeah, it does because it has to stay here.
Okay.
So you try.
Oh, you want me to do this already?
Yep.
Okay. And it's a baby's hat I'm making.
Well, yes.
Is it
or
hard?
scarves like I have here.
Oh, they make scarves. We didn't even talk about that. But so we just mentioned.
Perfect.
Got it?
You did it amazingly. And then make sure that's out of your way. And then you, like, so.
Oh, you don't need a tool other than the loom? Just your hands?
Oh, yeah, you need a tool.
Oh.
Like I have here in my little handy Starbucks.
Oh, okay.
I have this hook.
Okay, so do you want me to go around and just do what you were doing?
Yes.
But I don't need a tool at this point.
At this point, you do not.
So I'm just, what am I doing?
You're doing amazing. That's what
Am
you're
I?
doing.
Thank you.
So what
Somehow I
you're doing
don't
is
think you mean that.
you're wrapping this around the knob.
Under and over, under and, okay, I got it.
And then you do that all the way around.
Okay.
And then wait for
And
full
does it matter
instructions.
what weight yarn we use?
What do you mean by weight?
Well, you know, there's different kinds of yarn. Do you care?
Oh, no, it does not matter at all.
Okay. Am I doing okay?
Well, can we see this?
So you could do this with wool or,
Yeah.
okay.
So, like,
Why don't you just make it and I'll watch you?
no.
We could do it that way.
So you're only supposed to go around
I got
once.
that, but I couldn't figure out how,
And then-
why wasn't, you just do that for me. Could you say?
Okay, you watch me, and then you can do the second one.
Fine.
Lowering it as I go.
And does your whole family do this or just you?
Well, my mom taught me how to do it because one Thanksgiving I tried to knit and then didn't work out very well. So she brought me home and then told me, hey, try this. So then I started looming.
Oh,
So
that was so sweet of her.
don't lower it as you go because.
Here, you better keep going. Sorry.
Okay.
You just keep doing that,
So
okay?
this is gonna be your first peg right here.
Okay, so why don't you just keep going? So you're wrapping around.
Wrapping it around.
And what do you say the earliest age would be for doing this? I can't, you're so quick at it.
I'm trying not to.
But what would you recommend?
It's kind of like complicated.
Yeah, I'm thinking you make it look easier than it really is. Could you do this when you're in the car or
Yeah, I
rainy
actually
day?
had
Instead of
to
playing video games?
I had to
could
do this one in the car. And it doesn't turn your brain to rot. So
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
it's basically like reading a book, but you're using your hands more
Okay.
and you're wrapping it, and it takes more brain cells, I guess. So this is where your hook comes in. So you take the bottom one, always the bottom one, flip it over.
Oh.
You try.
Okay. And then did you bring one with you that maybe is partially done?
Yeah, the steps.
Okay, so that's what mine's going to look like
Except it's gonna
after
be
how many rows? So I take this hook and I just bring it over
18.
like that?
Yep.
Oh, that part's easier than the
Perfect.
first one was. Is this supposed to be relaxing?
It's supposed to be very
I
relaxing.
was just getting ready to say it's easy, but
Slower.
I split the fabric.
It's okay. So, and then, so the thing that we learned is like, so on your tool, you kind of want it to stay up. You don't want
Stay
it to
up?
go all the way back.
Okay, and I'm bringing it under too much?
Yeah.
Okay. What are your plans to do? What are you going to do with all these hats eventually?
So my goal is to make enough hats to bring to the Children's Research Hospital.
Oh, I shouldn't have looked up.
It's okay.
Maybe we better move along to this other one. We only have 13 more minutes. Can you figure out what I did wrong?
I'll do it later.
Yeah,
So-
do it later.
Over here we have the brim part. So this is the easiest part. So all you have to do is follow the threads all the way up to the peg, and then put this little, as you can see, there's like this little
Okay, I can do that.
thing right here. Okay.
It's the third thing you've tried to get me to do. But this I can do, right? Oh, maybe not. Is it this?
Yep.
And it goes here. Oh, my goodness.
It's way easier than you
I
thought
can
it
do.
would be.
Maybe I could work in a factory just doing this one step. So you said your plans are to start making these for children
Yeah,
in the
that-
Children's Hospital?
Yeah, because
Oh,
they need it more than I do.
for kids that have had cancer, you mean, that need
Yeah.
hats? That'd be wonderful.
Okay.
I'd like you to make one for the auction. We're going to have a school auction. I think it'd be great to have one of your hats.
Might actually do that. Okay, so let's move on to the next step. This is the hardest
Whoa.
step. Yeah, this is the finished project.
Oh, can I hold this? Wait, let me hold this. So this is the rim, and this is the final step. Okay, so we've got 12 minutes. So before we go on to this final step, we started step one was getting a loom. And is it hard to find these looms?
No,
Do you have to go
it's
online?
at your local craft store.
Just any local craft store. You don't have to go online or anything. So about how many rows was it from this to this?
Probably about 18.
Probably about 18 rows. And about how many rows is this?
This was the 18 part. This will turn out to be this. Big.
Okay.
This
So about
big
how many
part.
rows
And
is
then
this?
this probably was about 30 altogether.
About 30. And about how much time does it usually take you
About
to get
40.
this far?
Like, I did it in 3 days.
About 3 days. Okay. Of, like working like
With
a crazy person
no,
or
with
just here and there?
distractions.
With distractions. And when do you usually
soccer
do
practice.
this? Oh, at soccer practice? Oh, you don't bring it to
distraction.
soccer practice?
No,
I
I
see.
usually do it at like family movie time or like when I'm just chilling on the couch.
Okay. So is it, they claim that knitting's very relaxing. Would you say this is relaxing?
This is way more relaxing than knitting. That's my
Really?
opinion.
But the
not a
stitch,
fact.
I don't know if the cameras can get real close to that, but the stitch looks to me like it has been knit. If I saw that, I would say that was knit.
Well, if you look here, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah, look. Oh, that's beautiful. That's all your work, Zach. 3 days. But to me, it looks like something you would knit. But anyway. Okay, so I'm going to hand this back, and now you're going to finish this hat, right?
Yeah. So
And
Okay.
this was a dual string. You had me on just a single one.
yeah, this is a double string. So, like I showed you here with the gray and the black, this is what I've morphed my skills into. So this is a threading needle. So usually we did this in advance. So you're gonna wrap the yarn around the loom once, and then your first 4 pegs, and then cut it.
Okay, that looks different than everything else you've done, but
So, but you'll see that it's not. So you take the threading needle, put it under all of your pegs, and then do it on every single one.
did your mom used to do this part, or have you always done this part by yourself?
She used to do the flipping part and this part because
But now you just do it all.
I just do it all. Once in a while she'll help me with this because this is only my second time doing this.
They have a good close-up of you stitching, but don't look.
I'm not going to. So would you like to try?
No, you just keep going. I'll ruin it somehow.
It's yours, so
I'm actually not very domestic.
we're gonna let you have this. So it's your favorite colors.
And by the way, when you're talking about giving hats to all your teachers, you never gave me any.
This is your. This is going to be yours.
No, oh, really? I shouldn't have said that. That was rude of me.
No,
You gave me one of the coolest. You also make jewelry. Yeah, those Loom little things.
But like, that's not a skill. Everyone makes those.
Well, I think
Nowadays,
it's a skill.
everyone makes those.
And I love that. I like that better than, I really like that a lot.
You told me you wanted a scarf, didn't you? My 4th grade teacher, she was a great teacher. So I made her a scarf and, I made her a scarf.
Is that Mrs. Laverty?
Yeah.
Okay.
I made her a scarf, and then she bought a hat for me at Economy Day.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was kind of cool. So I had 2 people ask for me to hold hats for them. So I could only put 3 hats on display at Economy Day. It was weird.
Yeah, for some reason, I know. I think it was in the afternoon. I had to go to Lydia Hawk. I had to go to Mother's School. I didn't get to go to Economy Day last year.
It was in the morning.
Oh, and I don't know. Maybe I was teaching, but I wasn't able to go.
Yeah, it was the class after 4th grade. Because I remember after specialist, we went to...
You have a lot of yarn around here. Do you just wait for the yarn to go on sale, or how does that work?
Well, I kind of like plan a day to go yarn shopping, so...
A lot of bright colors, very bright. And the looms are so bright. It just seems like kind of a happy thing to do.
Yeah, the looms help relax you, so...
Now, are you going to start taking that off of the loom to close that hat?
Yep.
Right now you're going to do that? Mm-hmm. Because I'm having a hard time visualizing. I just see a big hole there.
So I'm going to kind of show you. Okay, so I got my 4 right here. So I'm going to skip those. Take this.
Now you're actually taking this whole thing off.
Yep. So this is the main part that you need to work on. That's tricky.
And you don't have to worry about it unraveling at this part. It seems like once you took it off the,
well, if you look here,
the loom, it would.
The yarn is stitched in.
Okay.
Holes.
So it's not going to unravel. Is that what you just did when you were with the needle? That was kind of a process of. Okay.
So this is all one strand of yarn. Like this is all the same yarn. There's no time I cut it or anything like that. It's all one strand of yarn. Okay. So now I'm at the part where I stopped.
And you didn't take this whole thing off? Is there a reason for that?
Because I haven't stitched them all through yet.
Okay.
Okay, so I got them back through. Then go through here.
Oh. Whoa, that's going to stitch up. Are you pulling that in, the top?
Yep. How much time do we have? Ms. Miller, how much time do we have? So this is at
So
the part where it's so loose that I can take it off.
Are you
with
going
my
to just
fingers.
draw that close then, or am I
Yep.
guessing ahead?
So yep, I'm just gonna pull it.
And this is adult size?
This is adult size.
It's kind of a Seahawks color, isn't it?
That's why I made it for you.
You should send one of them to the Seahawk. Oh my goodness, that's coming closed quicker than I thought it would. So you just sort of gather it all up in the middle.
So then I'm gonna turn the hat inside out. I'm going to take this threading needle, put it straight.
Do you give classes?
No.
No.
It's the first person I've taught on TV. So then
You've
you're
never
gonna,
taught anybody before, ever?
on TV.
Well, I know on TV, Zach. But
So like, then I'm gonna weave it through the threads. Weave it through. Well, first I have to knot it.
I don't want to make you nervous, but we have 2 minutes, and I'd like to try this on. Am I making you nervous?
Nope.
They're getting some good camera shots, though.
And I'm gonna put it through all the threads.
So you have to really be sure that's secure.
Yes.
Has anybody ever put one on before and it fell apart?
No.
Oh, good.
It's never happened before. One person that I tried to teach, she made it wrong. Like a ton of threads were everywhere, and it's
Well,
crazy.
I could see, you make it look easy, but I could see why it'd be hard to get all those stitches even. And you also have scarves here, which we didn't even talk about. Maybe that'll be another show.
Maybe.
Can I try it on yet?
Nope.
We're down to about 1 minute. So you don't sell your hats, you just give them away.
Yep.
That's
So
very generous of you.
I'm gonna go back to that later, and then this down here.
Mm-hmm.
So this turns into this.
Okay.
So this I'm gonna put.
Oh, that was your starting point, that little piece of string.
Try to put it through. If I can't do that, just like do a bunch of knots. This takes way longer than it should. Okay, so then you weave it through everything. Ton of things. And just pull it through. Knot it.
Oh, so you don't really cut that off then?
Mm-mm.
So that little
Well, you
starting
will
tail.
eventually,
Mm-hmm.
because
Is this
You
too
need
much
to.
yarn?
Yeah.
Can I try it on?
Sure.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
There's no needles in it?
Mm-mm.
Because I think it's almost a wrap, isn't it? It is a wrap. So, I'm going to try it on. How's that look? Does that look good, like I'm ready to go to a Seahawks game? Thank you, Zach. Zach made this hat. Wow. Thank you. You're a very good teacher. I was kind of a slow learner today, wasn't I? But
I was
I'll
a slow
practice.
teacher,
I'll
so-
get better. Thanks so much for the crew. We did this with a crew of 3, and thank you, Zach. Bye. Thanks, John Amos, and thanks to Waldo, and thanks to Bob Hoyt. Bye. Where's she? I don't see her. Good, they did get a clue. You've got Carl's name there. Carl's not here. Carl's name's there, not yours. I'm sorry I stumbled over names.